أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone to today's class. Thank you all for arriving on time. I hope that you are ready by having your wudu done and having your heads covered with a scarf or a topi. We are going to start with our daily dua for the day. Discipline in charge, can you please choose a student for that?
Assalamu alaikum. A1195 has the mic.
Okay, A1195, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Good.
Good, alhamdulillah. Okay, can you help me with the starting prayer? Just before we start the dua, we're going to recite the Tawd and Tasmiyah. So if you can repeat after me and everyone else at home repeats after me as well. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the ever merciful.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the ever merciful.
Good. Okay. Rabbi shrah li
Rabbi shrah li
sadri
sadri
wa yassir
wa yassir
li
li
amri.
amri.
Excellent. And can you do the English translation for me?
Lord, expand my mind and make my task easy for me.
Jazakallah. Jazakallah for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Today we are looking at assimilation, lesson 20, assimilation or idgham. Okay. Now what does idgham mean? Idgham means to merge and assimilate. Okay. So there are many words in the Holy Quran which bear a crescent letter between a mutaharrik and mushaddad letter. So if we go down, I can show you. So you can see that there is a noon. So we've got a crescent sign on top of the noon. The noon is a sakin letter, okay? So it's got a crescent sign on top of it. The letter before the noon sakin is a meme, and that's a mutaharrik letter because it has a kasra. If the meme had a fatha or a dhamma, it would also be a mutaharrik letter. So this meme is a mutaharrik letter, and the letter after the crescent noon, the noon sakin, is a lam mushaddad, okay? So there are many words that look similar to this. There is a noon sakin, a crescent letter, not necessarily a noon, but a crescent letter between a mutaharrik and mushaddad letter. Okay, and that's when idgham needs to take place. Okay, that means the two letters needs to be merged. Now there are two broad categories of idgham. One is idgham kamil, which is complete assimilation, and the second is idgham naqis. Okay, that's type 2, and we're not going to look at that today. Today we are only going to focus on idgham kamil, which is complete assimilation. Okay, and when complete assimilation takes place, when idgham kamil takes place, that means that the crescent letter is ignored and omitted. That means fully ignored. You don't recite it, you don't pronounce it. Okay, that's what happens in idgham kamil. So if lam or a ra mushaddad appear after a noon sakin or a tanween, no nasal sound will be assimilated into the next letter. Okay, and one stroke of tanween will be used in assimilation. So let's look at an example. We've got a lam mushaddad here, this red letter here, it's a lam, and you've got a shadda sign, this W-like sign on top of it. Okay, this lam appears after a crescent noon. It appears after a noon sakin. okay? And that means that when we join this meme with the, that means that we have to join the meme with the lam because the noon has a sukoon sign on top of it. That means we have to join the meme and the lam. Now, when we join this meme and the lam together, we shouldn't hear the noon sound, okay? We will omit that. There will be no noon sound, okay? So when I join this meme and the lam, I will say milla. I will stress the, I will still stress my the lam sound because there's a shadda on top of it, but I won't hear the noon sound, okay? It's wrong if I said minla because I am doing complete assimilation, okay? I'm doing idgham, so I need to join the meme and the lam sound together, okay? Another example here, let's look at a tanween, a ra example. We've got a ra mushaddad here. So the ra has a shadda sign, and before the shadda sign, before the ra is a noon sakin, okay? That means, and the letter before the noon sakin is a meme. That means I need to join the meme and the ra sound together. This meme and the ra I need to join together, and whilst joining, I have to make sure that I omit the noon sound. That means I must not produce any noon sound. So the sounds that I will make is mir rabbihim. I'm joining the meme and the ra. I will not hear the noon sound, okay? Similarly, let's also have a look at a tanween one. Let's have a look at this one, for example, here. So we've got a ba with a kasratain, okay? And we've got a ra mushaddad next to it, okay? Now, what happens here is, instead of saying rabbin, I'm going to join my first ra with this ba, but instead of saying bin, I will take away one of the tanween, one of the strokes, so it will become a b. Instead of it being a bin, when I'm doing complete assimilation, instead of it being a bin, I would say rabbirra. I take away one of the strokes, okay? So when you're doing complete assimilation, one stroke of tanween will be used in assimilation rather than two, okay? What I'm going to do is we're going to start our practice. We're going to start exercise 20.1 and we'll do a couple of examples together. So can I please have a student for this?
Assalamualaikum. N1311 has the mic.
N1311, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, alhamdulillah. Okay, did you understand the rule?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, do you want, what we'll do for the first one, I'll say it and I want you to repeat after me and I want everyone at home to repeat after me as well, okay? So I'm going to do complete assimilation because I've got this noon sakin here, this noon with a crescent sound, so that means I need to join the meme and the lam together. And when I'm joining these two letters together, I have to make sure that I don't produce any noon sound, okay? So how I will say this is Millatunka.
Millatunka.
Excellent, well done. Do you want to have a go at the next one all by yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hayrulakum.
Excellent, well done. You made sure that when you joined the ra and the lam, that you only used one stroke. So instead of saying run, you said ru, and you joined that with the lam, and you couldn't hear any noon sound. So well done for doing that. Just one thing, when you need to make that a little bit longer, okay? This is a lean sound, so it needs to be a little bit longer. Khayrulakum.
Hayrulakum.
Excellent. Have a go at the next one.
من ربهم.
Excellent. Do you know what rule you applied here when you joined the meme and the ra? It's the rule that we're doing today. Do you remember? It's okay if you don't. Do you want me to help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's idgham kamil. It's up here. I've highlighted it, idgham kamil, because you're joining the meme and the ra, and you're not saying the noon sound at all. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. So the rule that you applied here was idgham kamil, okay?
Okay.
Have a go at the next one.
رؤوف رحيم.
Mun. Good. Well done. Have another go at saying this.
رؤوف رحيم.
Excellent. Well done. And again, you made sure that you did your idgham kamil. Instead of saying dammatain, you just used one stroke of tanween, and you assimilated that with the ra. So well done. Mashallah, very well read. Jazakallah for your help.
جزاك الله.
Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Can I please have another student for the next line?
Assalamu alaikum. A1221.
A1221, okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good, alhamdulillah, that's great to hear. Do you understand the lesson?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you a little bit confused? If you are, you can ask.
Yeah, I am.
Are you a bit confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. We're here to help you. Okay. The rule that we're learning about, it's called idgham kamil, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, it says if a lam or a ra mushaddad appear after a noon sakin or tanween, no nasal sound will be assimilated into the next letter. Now let's break that down. That's the whole rule, okay? Can you see in this, so you were going to have a go at this one, for example, okay? Can you see a noon sakin in this word over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this blue letter is your noon sakin. Yeah?
So it's going to be all.
Yes, good. Well done. So when you so exactly, what you're doing is you're omitting the noon sound. That means you're not saying the noon sound. So when you do that, because you're joining this first alif with the lam, you're doing the rule that's taking place is idgham kamil, which means complete assimilation. You're joining this alif with this lam and you're ignoring the noon. The noon is a silent letter there. So when you do that, this rule is called complete assimilation.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So you were doing this when you just said to me, I'm going to join the alif with the lam, I'm going to say Allah. You're doing complete assimilation. You're doing idgham kamil. Does that make sense? That's the name of the rule that you're applying over here.
Okay.
Yeah? So have a go at saying this. Yeah, and what's after the alif? After the lam?
Alif.
Yeah, and do you remember what type of alif this is?
The one like a Y next to the lam.
It's sorry, say that again.
It's like a Y next to the lam, like going diagonal.
It is diagonal, but there is a rule that takes place. Do you remember that rule?
No.
This is a certain type of alif. This alif is a alif mad. Did you hear the lessons about them? Were you here for the mad lesson?
I think I was.
You were? It's okay. I'll remind you again. Because, okay, we know that this is alif mad because the letter before this lam, because it has a fatha on top of it, this stroke on top, yeah, that's why this alif has become a alif mad. If, however, this lam had a kasra or a dhamma, then this alif would not be a alif mad, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but because in this case the lam has a fatha, it does have a stroke on top, a fatha stroke, then that this alif has become a alif mad, and that means that I need to make the lam sound 2 seconds long. Does that make sense?
Allah.
Excellent, well done. So you did two rules here. You joined the alif and the lam. So you did, what rule did you do here? Do you remember the name? This is the rule that we're doing today.
I
Assimilation. Okay? Assimilation. You
okay.
did idgham kamil because you ignored the noon sakin and you just joined the alif and the lam. So when you do that, you're doing complete assimilation. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you made the lam sound 2 seconds long because there is a alif mad after the lam. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Have a go at the next one.
Move far.
Okay, let's wait a second. What letter is this?
Assad talking.
Good, well done. Good boy. So have another go and read up to the blue letter.
Move
Mus.
in. No,
Yeah.
move.
Okay, you're forgetting the sod sound. You need to make the sod sound, okay? Musfaran.
Musaran.
Not sa, it has a spoon on top of it. So mus,
Musaran.
faran.
Faran.
Okay. Now over here, idgham kamil is going to take place because we've got a tanween letter and there is a lam mushaddad over here. So when that happens, we just take one stroke of the tanween. So that means this ran has become effectively a ra. So how will I join this ra with the lam? Do you know what sound I will make?
Ro.
And I'm joining it with the lam mushaddad.
Rose.
Ralla.
Ralla.
Good. And then the next part from the za is zallu.
Zallu.
Good, well done. And all together this is, I'll say it once and I want you to repeat after me now, and I want everyone at home to please also repeat. Musfaralla zallu.
Musaran. Huyu.
Okay. Musfaralla
Musaran.
zallu.
Zanhu.
Good. Musfaralla zallu.
Musaran. Zahu.
Zallu.
Zalhu.
Excellent, well done. Do you want to have a go at the next one?
Yeah.
Do you want to try up to here first or just draw a line? So up to the vowel, up to there.
Okay.
Okay.
Niru.
Good. You're joining the meme and the ra because you've got a noon sakin. So you're going to ignore the noon and you're going to assimilate, join the meme with the ra. And over here there is a vowel sakin. So another rule is taking place here. It's the ra is a lean letter, so you will say mirrau.
Rohi.
Good.
He al-Hahi.
Okay, can you see this lam has a shadda sound, shadda sign? This W like sign on top of it. No, so that means you have to join this he with the lam. So you're going to join these two letters together.
He.
Good. But this lam also has a vertical fatha. So that means when you say the lam sound, you need to make it 2 seconds long. So it will be hil. I'm going to join the ha and the lam and then make my lam longer. Hillahi.
Hillahi.
Good. So all together this is mirrauhillahi.
Mihlauhillahi.
Hilla, lam has to be long because there's a vertical fatha on top of it. Can you see on top of the W, like sound the shadda sign, there is a vertical fatha?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means that I need to make the lam how many seconds long?
2.
2 seconds, okay? So we have to make sure that we do make the lam 2 seconds long, okay? So, hillahi.
Hillahi.
Good, well done. We have to make sure that we make our vertical fatha, the letters that have a vertical fatha or a mud, that we make them long, because otherwise we change the meaning of the word, okay?
Okay.
Good, well done. So have a go at the next one.
Rob bin Rahi.
Okay.
Hey. Min.
Okay. So let's read it up to the ra. Now, can you see that there is a tanween under the ba, a kasratain under the ba?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got a ra mushaddad after that.
Yeah.
So remember it said here at the top when we read about the rule that if there's a ra mushaddad after a noon sakin, so there is not a noon sakin in this case, but there is a letter that has a tanween. The ba has a tanween. So we've got a ra mushaddad and the letter before it, it's not a noon sakin, but it has a tanween. So because it has a tanween, we need to make sure that we create no nasal sound. So when we join this ba with the ra, you need to make sure that one, we don't create a nasal sound. So that means that we don't make the noon sound. So it's wrong if we say Rabbinra. We don't want to hear the n sound, okay? And also when you've got a tanween, sorry, what were you saying?
So in Ra.
No. We are going to use the ba, but remember if you've got a tanween, you use only one stroke. So if you imagine that this bar only has one stroke underneath it, what will this bar be? What sign will it have underneath it then? If it only has one stroke underneath it? It will look, sorry, I have to do it with a, it will look like this. What sign is underneath the bar here?
And Fatah.
A kasra. Yeah. So because there's a tanween in this rule, if there's a tanween letter, you're gonna imagine that it only has one stroke underneath it. So if it only has one stroke, it will only have a kasra underneath it. So now we're joining the ra with a ba with a kasra, and then that ba is gonna join onto this ra mushaddad.
Rubber.
Almost. Make sure that you join this first ra with the ba as well, because the ba has a shadda on top of it.
Rubber.
Yeah, good, excellent. Just when you join each of these, because there's a shadda sign, remember whenever there's a shadda sign on top of a letter, you have to stress the letter, yeah? You have to glue the letter together. So, rabbirra.
Rubber.
Yeah. Rabbir ra bir ra. Good, well done. Can you see how you can hear the stressing sound between all these letters because the ba and the ra both have a shadda sign on top of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did idgham kamil because you only used one stroke of the tanween when you joined the ba and the ra. Okay?
Yeah.
So Rabbir Rahimin. Yeah, make sure that the ra, you don't prolong the ra because there. Do you recognize the sign on top of the ra? There is a shadda, and what's on top of the shadda?
The fatah.
A fatha. And how long is a fatha?
1 second.
1 second. So you made it a bit longer than that. So it should be 1 second. Rabbir Rahimin. Min. Good, well done. Jazakallah for your help. Keep practicing. It is a different rule. You just have to remember that if a lam or a ra mushaddad, so for example in this last box here, there was a ra mushaddad. Can you see the red letter with a shadda sign?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that appears before a letter, after a letter that has a tanween, which does this bar have a tanween?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's two strokes underneath the bar. So before the ra mushaddad there is a tanween letter. The bar is a tanween letter. Okay? If this happens, then when you join this bar with the ra, you have to make sure that you don't produce any noon sound. Yeah? So you won't say Rabbin ra. I don't want to hear the n sound, okay?
There is no noon.
There is no noon, but because there's, how would you normally say this bar?
Ba.
With the tanween?
Bin.
Bin. Can you see the n sound at the end? Bin.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's why the noon sound, that's where the noon sound is created. Because normally we read this as bin, but because the ra has a shadda, that means we have to join it with the previous letter. And what's the previous letter?
Ba.
Ba with a tanween. So the sound that this normally would make is bin. Right?
Yeah.
That's where the noon sound comes in. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's because of the tanween, that's where the noon is. It's not written, but bin, that's how you pronounce it, and you hear the n at the end. So what I'm saying is, when you join this ba with the ra, I don't want to hear bin ra. That's wrong. Okay? What you need to do, because there is a ra mushaddad and before the ra mushaddad there is a tanween letter, what you need to do is think that this ba has only got a kasra. Okay, you only use one stroke. So in this case, because the ba has a kasra, so I will do birra. Yeah, that's how I get rid of the n sound. If I said if this was a bin, then I would have to say the noon sound. But if I make this into a ba, a b and a ra, then there is no noon sound.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Jazakallah for your help. Keep practicing this, okay? Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Can I please have the next student for the next line?
Assalamu alaikum. I've unmuted N128.
N128. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Do we lose her? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can you tell me your ID really quickly?
N1289.
N1289. Okay. Jazakallah. Do you understand this lesson?
Only a little bit, not that much.
Okay, not that much. Okay, it's something new, but that's fine. So we're gonna have a go at this last word here, let's have a look up to here.
Okay.
How would you read from this alif up to this vowel?
Allowis.
Good, well done. So what you've automatically done here is you've joined this alif with this lam, and when you joined this alif with the lam, what you did there is idgham kamil. Okay, so you applied the rule that we are learning about, which is idgham kamil or complete assimilation. You applied it there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain how you applied it. You applied it by making sure that you didn't make the noon sound. You didn't say unlavis, because that would be wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you joined the alif and the lam, the rule that you did over there was you did assimilation. You assimilated the alif with the lam and you ignored the noon.
Is it only just with the noon and the ra, or can it be with other letters as well?
Okay, it can only be, it says here, with a lam mushaddad or a ra mushaddad. So we've got a lam mushaddad here, and we've got, let's have a look at this one, a ra mushaddad. So it can only be if there's a lam mushaddad or a ra mushaddad. Okay.
Okay.
And it's really important that there is a noon sakin before the lam or the ra mushaddad.
Okay.
Okay. That's one. Yeah.
When I used to read Quran, I used to read Annallah. I used to read it like that.
Okay. Okay. So you would have read this bit as unla?
No, I used to read Annallawis.
Okay. It depends. Did the noon have another sign on top of it?
No, it only
It was
has
just a noon sakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's wrong. So yeah, so this rule only applies when there is a lam mushaddad and a ra mushaddad, and the letter before is either a noon sakin like it is here, or it is a tanween letter. Can you see in this next box? This ra is the tanween letter.
Yeah.
Because it has a kasratain.
Okay.
Similarly here, over here, the ba has a tanween on top of it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I know it might seem like a lot, but just remember, if there is a lam and ra mushaddad, what you need to do is look at the letter before. Is it a noon sakin? If it is a noon sakin, like it is in this case, there was a noon sakin before the lam mushaddad, then you are going to ignore the noon. Yeah? And you're just going to join the alif with the la. You're going to assimilate the alif with the lam.
Okay.
Like you just did here. Okay?
Okay.
So have a go at saying this one, and then I'll explain to you the tanween one, okay?
Okay. Allah istaqamu.
Excellent, well done, very well said. Have a go at the next one, and I'll explain it after you've had a go at it.
Lujin.
Jiyin. Good, excellent. So well done. So again, you already did assimilation here. So remember what I said, what it said here. If there is a lam or a ra mushaddad, is there a lam mushaddad here or a ra mushaddad?
There's only a lam mushaddad.
There is a lam mushaddad. And remember, the assimilation rule only takes place if there is a lam mushaddad or a ra mushaddad. But the condition is that the letter before has to be a noon sakin. In this case, we've identified that there is a lam mushaddad. Is the letter before a noon sakin?
No.
No, it's not. What letter is this? The blue one.
A ra.
A ra, but what sign is underneath it?
A tanween.
Tanween, a kasratain. Okay. Now it said the letter before the lam mushaddad or ra mushaddad has to be a noon sakin or a tanween. Can you see we have a tanween letter here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why assimilation idgham is taking place here, and I'll tell you why. Normally, if you were reading up to the Ra Tanween, you would have read Bahrin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear Rin? You can hear the N sound at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have to make sure that we don't confuse ourselves and we don't say Bahrinluj, because that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're effectively doing is we're thinking, instead of this being a Rin, we're going to make this into a Ri. So we're going to take away one stroke, so the one stroke underneath it. So this will become a Ra with a normal kasra. So that means this is a Ri, and I can join the Ri with the Lam without having a Noon sound.
Okay.
Are you a little bit confused there?
No.
Does that make sense? Because when you make this Ra with a kasra sign, you're saying Ri. You're not hearing the N sound at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was saying this Ra with a Tanween, I would say Rin.
Yeah.
I can hear the N sound at the end, can't I, when I say Rin?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I make this, I take away one of the strokes, and this becomes a Ri. So then when I join the Ri with the Lam, I'm assimilating the Ra and the Lam. And I will say Rillu, not Rinlu.
Yeah.
Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you're a little bit confused, you can ask me.
No, it's okay. I understand.
Okay, so have a go at saying this whole word again.
Rahlilujiyin.
Okay, start from here again. Bah.
Bahrilajiyin.
Okay, Bahriluj. There is a dhamma on top of the lam, so Bahrilujiyan.
Bahrilujiyin.
Yeah, good. Remember, when there is a shadda, we also have to press each sound, okay?
Okay.
Okay, have a go at the next one.
From Rabbuka Kuma.
Good, well done. So this is Alif Mad, and you've realized that. So can you see here? Idgham Kamil took place. Can you try to explain where it took place?
Where the meme is, you have to like, it's kind of like a silent noon. So the sakin that was on top of the noon,
On this noon?
yes, on the
Yeah.
noon, you take that away to the ra, and then you do, so it's famarabbukum.
Yeah, so this noon, effectively, I'm ignoring it. It's a silent letter. It's just there. It's written there, but I'm not going to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just joining the meme with the ra. So I'm simulating the meme sound with the ra sound. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well done. That was a really good explanation. Have a go at the next one.
Shihabar-rasadun.
Good, well done. And can you again explain to me where assimilation took place?
The assimilation took place on top of the bar on the Fatadain, because it has two letters, and you're joining it with the letter ra, then you take one of the fathas away and just say barra.
Excellent,
So it
well
would be
done.
Shihabar Sadan.
Excellent, well done. And you're doing this because the letter after the ba is a ra. If the letter was a lam mushaddad, would you do the same? Would the same rule apply?
Yes.
Good, well done. Because we know that if there is a ra mushaddad or a lam mushaddad, this rule needs to take place if there is a tanween letter or a sakin letter.
Okay.
Well done. That was a really good explanation. Well done. MashaAllah, very good. Jazakallah for your help.
Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay. Can I please have another student for the next line?
A1217's been unmuted.
A1217. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, alhamdulillah, jazakallah for asking. Do you understand this lesson?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we're going to move on to exercise 20.2 and we're going to look at other examples of complete merging, of assimilation, okay?
Okay.
Have a go at this one here.
Okay. Katab batana.
Okay, what letter is this that I've highlighted?
Ta.
It's not a star. A star's dots are always on top. Can you see over here in the red letter here? The dots
Yeah.
are on top. If the dots are underneath, it's actually a
Ya.
yeah, good. Well done. So have another go at saying this word.
Katabayana.
Good, well done. Well done. So you made sure that you merged your qaf and your ta. You ignored the dal, which is correct. Just one thing to remember is when there is a fatha on top of a letter, it is only 1 second long. If you make it any longer than 1 second, then you're changing the meaning of the actual word, okay?
Okay.
So your ta, ba, ya, and noon need to be all 1 second long. They were slightly longer. So I'll say it once and you repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
قد تبين
Kabatayana.
قد تبين
Katabayana.
Good, well done. Have a go at the next one.
Ahatu.
Good, well done. You made sure that you joined the ha with the ta and you ignored the ta sakin. So well done. Have a go at the next one.
Korabi.
Almost. Remember what sign is on top of the ra? Do you know the sign that's on top of the ra? Do you know the name of the sign?
No.
It's a fatha. Do you remember how long it should be?
1 second.
Good, well done. So it's 1 second. So when you just said it now, you made it a bit longer than 1 second. So have another go at saying it.
Ra.
Good. So have a go at saying this whole word.
Korabi.
Good, well done. Have a go at the next one.
Nakhlukum.
Well done, well done. Jazakallah for your help. Keep practicing. Mashallah, well read. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay. Can I please have the next student for the next line?
Assalamu alaikum. N1305.
1305. Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Good.
Good, alhamdulillah. How have you found the lesson? Do you understand it?
A little bit tricky, but I'm trying.
That's good to hear. Remember, these lessons are recorded, so you can always go back to them and listen to them, okay? But inshallah, with more practice, you have a turn now, so we're going to practice a bit more, and it will make a bit more sense, okay? Have a go at this one.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اركب معنا.
Good, well done. Just the ra, ir. I shouldn't hear a, so it almost sounded like there was a fatha on top of the ra, but there isn't, there's just a schoon on top of it. So, irkam ma'ana.
اركب معنا.
Excellent, well done. So you did that really well. You made sure that you ignored the bar because it has a schoon on top of it. So you made sure that you merged the qaf and the mim sakin together, which you did really well. So well done. That was really good. Have a go at the next one.
فلما أثقلت
Okay.
دعوا الله.
Okay, good. Let's split it up just to make sure that our pronunciation is correct. So can you see where I drew that line up to so have a go at reading up to there. So the first part here.
فلما
Okay. Remember, after the meme, there is a alif. Do you know what type of alif this is? This is a certain type of alif. Because of this alif, we are applying a rule here. Do you remember what rule it is? It's okay if you don't know, I can help you.
2 seconds.
Yes, you are right. You do need to make the meme 2 seconds long. And the reason for this is because the meme has a fatha on top of it. If a letter has a fatha on top of it and the next letter is an alif, then that means that the alif is a alif mad, and that means that you need to make that sound 2 seconds long. So in this case, because there is a meme with a fatha and the letter after that is alif, I need to make the meme 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I will say it is فَلَمَّا.
فلما
Okay, let's have a go at reading up to the ta over here. So have a go at reading from the alif up to the ta.
الثقلت
Good, well done. Now have a go at reading up to the dal. So up to the dal from the alif.
الثقلت
Good, well done. So you made sure that you merge your lam with the dal and you ignore the ta sakin because it has a spoon on top of it. So well done. Have a go at the last bit from ayn.
الله
Good, well done. So you read it really well in sections. So let's split it up into two. So if you start from falamma and read it up to the dal.
فلما الثقلت
Good. Just one thing, don't say us, okay? Just say us. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you're not doing qalqala over here, and I think that's a future lesson that you will learn about. But so don't say athqalat, that's wrong. Just say athqalat.
الثقلت
So athqaladda.
الثقلت
Okay, keep working on that. I don't want to hear a jerk sound there, okay? So it's wrong to say atha because this is another lesson that we'll look into. But it's qalqala and you don't do qalqala on this letter, okay? So it should be Good. Athqaladda.
الثقلت
Awallaha.
والله
Excellent, well done. Have a go at the next one.
راوتنا
Good, well done. So you made sure that you merged your vowel and the ta and you ignored the dal sakin, which is excellent. There's one thing that I told you in the last word as well. There is a ra here. What sign is on top of the ra? Do you remember?
no.
That's okay. It's got a fatha, okay? When the stroke is on top of a letter, it's called a fatha. Can you say that?
فتح
Good. So it has a fatha. The ra has a fatha. What's the letter after the ra?
ألف
Alif, okay? So if this ra, now in this case there's a ra, but this could have been a meme with a fatha. This could have been a ba with a fatha. It could have been any letter, okay? With a fatha. But in this case, over here in this word, it's a ra with a fatha, and the letter after that, if that is a alif, then you need to make the sound of the first letter, the letter before the alif, which in this case is a ra, 2 seconds long. Okay? So what I will do, I'll make the ra sound long. So what I will say is ra. I've made it 2 seconds long there. Yeah?
Yeah.
If, however, this was a meme with a fatha, with a stroke on top, and there was an alif, I would make the meme sound long for 2 seconds. So I would have said ma. Okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what letter it is, as long as it has a stroke on top, so it has a fatha, and the next letter is a alif, I need to make it 2 seconds long.
Yes.
Okay, so how will I say this, Ra? Can you say it for me once?
La.
Good. And now say the whole word for me.
Rabatuna.
Excellent, well done. Jazakallah for your help.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. We've got a few more minutes. I'm going to go back to exercise 20.1. Can I have a student and we'll practice a bit more of this exercise?
Yep. That's A1226.
A1226. Assalamu alaikum.
A1226.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Fine.
Good, alhamdulillah. Do you understand the lesson?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great to hear because some of you find it a bit tricky and it's slightly difficult. But have a go at this first word here. I'm hovering underneath it.
Milladunka.
Excellent, well done. Now, can you tell me where the idgham rule is taking place?
Where the noon and lam are.
Excellent, well done. Because you've ignored the noon. Why have you ignored the noon? Because of what sign?
Sukoon.
Well done, because the noon has a sukoon sign and the letter after the noon sakin is a
Lam.
Lam.
Mushaddad.
Excellent, well done. Because the letter is a lam mushaddad and the letter before is a noon sakin, and the letter before the noon is a mutaharrik letter. That's why you've ignored the noon and you've assimilated the meme and the lam sound. So idgham kamil took place because you can't hear the noon sound at all. You've ignored the noon sound. Well done. Have a go at the next one.
Khairul lakum.
Well done. And do you realize where the idgham takes place here?
Where the ra and lam.
Ah, good. Well done. If I was reading up to the ra only, how would I read it?
Khairun.
Good. Can you hear the n sound at the end?
Yeah.
Khairun. The n sound at the end because of the tanween, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
But if there is a lam mushaddad like there is here, then I will take away one of the tanween strokes and join this ru with the lam. And I'm assimilating the ra with the lam, isn't it? Like you did. Well done. Have a go at the next one.
Mir rabbihim.
Excellent. Have a go at the next one.
Raufur rahimun.
Excellent. Well done, mashallah. Very well read. Jazakallah for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay. I'm going to quickly do a recap before I set you your homework. So the rule that we looked at was idgham kamil. That's complete assimilation. The rule is that if there is a lam or ra mushaddad after a noon sakin or a tanween, no nasal sound, no noon sound will be produced. Okay? So in this first box, you've got a lam mushaddad and you've got a noon sakin before it. Okay? What you have to make sure is that you don't produce the noon sound. You just join the meme with the lam. Okay? So I won't say milla, I will say milla. I will ignore the noon. The noon has become silent. Okay? Same goes for if there is a lam mushaddad and the letter before is a tanween letter, I will take away one of the stroke. So this will become a ra with a normal dhamma. So I will say rulla, not runla, but I will say rullakum. Okay. Now this happens. These are the two examples with the lam and a noon sakin before the lam, and a lam mushaddad with a tanween. Same thing applies if there is a ra mushaddad and before the ra mushaddad there is a noon sakin. I will ignore the noon. So I will say mirra. I'm ignoring the noon. The noon is silent. And similarly, if I've got a tanween letter before a ra mushaddad, I will take away one stroke and I will say ra'u furra. Furra. Okay? Okay. I'll set you your homework for tonight. Your homework for tonight is the topic that we were doing today, assimilation. And you're going to have a look at exercise 20.1 and exercise 20.2. These are both the exercises that we had a look at today. Remember, this class is recorded, so do go back to it. Do listen to it if you are a little bit confused. Page reference is page 58 and 59. And you can see underneath in red the rule in simple words it's written down. So if there is a noon sakin and then a lam mushaddad, you ignore the noon, there's no nasalization. And if there is a tanween and then a lam mushaddad, then you drop one stroke of tanween. And if there's a tanween and then a ra mushaddad, you also drop one stroke of tanween, okay? And then moving on to today's finishing prayer, can I please have a student for that?
And 1311 has the mic.
And 1331, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, we're going to do the finishing prayer. So we're going to start with Dawud and Tasmiyah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the ever merciful.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the ever merciful.
Okay. Allahumma
Allahumma
hamni
hamni
bil Qur'anil azim
bil Qur'anil azim
waj'alhu
waj'alhu
li
li
imaman wa
imaman wa
nuran wa
nuran wa
hudan wa
hudan wa
rahmah.
rahmah.
Good. And can you do the English translation for me, starting from O Allah?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Okay, Jazakallah. With that, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.